Hi guys, thank you for joining me today on today's kitchen chat. I'm a little bit surprised that I'm even sitting down today to do this video because this week I've just been feeling really unmotivated. I'm sure you've had those weeks as well. It's definitely that type of week for me that I just don't feel like being aware at all about what I'm eating, when I'm eating, tuning in with my emotions. It's just kind of been one of those weeks where I just have not felt so good. I can't really describe it any other way except I just don't really have much motivation this week to really be doing much of anything, and I was debating back and forth whether I should even do the video and maybe just give myself a week, but I had the most amazing encounter this morning, and I believe everything happens for a reason. And meeting this woman and talking to this woman this morning was, I don't think, an accident by any means, and she's the motivation for this video today. And my encounter with her really meant so much that I was like, perfect, like this is what the video is going to be about. And it was just so ironic that the things that I've been talking about she was saying, and it just further solidified the things that I've learned. And it was just one of those feel good moments that I don't think I will ever forget. So I actually bumped into this woman just by chance, and we striked up a conversation, and she was just telling me about her life and the things that she had gone through. A lot of trauma. Her father had been killed when she was a child, and she also grew up in a domestic violent home. And she's telling me about her story and about her journey, and I mean, I was in awe of the amount of trauma that she's been through. And she told me that the way that she kind of dealt with that growing up was that she wanted to just be involved in different programs, after school programs, clubs, activities, anything that she can get into in order to not be home. Because she was, as you can imagine, I mean, every time that she went home, she felt nauseated and sick before even entering the house because she was afraid of what she was going to find. Her dad was physically abusive to her mom. And so if you can imagine, walking into a home and never knowing if it's going to be just completely destroyed or if everything's fine, I'm assuming you just feel anxious every single day because you never know what's going to happen. And so she's telling me, she decided to do all of these things to just keep her distracted. And her sister was the one staying home most of the time with mom. And so they kind of sadly but went through this experience together, and they bonded over having to go through what they went through. So she was telling me that her sister was very close to mom, and it was hard because she took herself out of that situation, obviously to protect herself, but she wasn't as close as her sister was to her mom, which is obviously something that she really wanted. And she said that she was a great student and she wanted that recognition. She wanted someone to just be proud of her. She wanted her mother to be proud of her, and she never got that. And so she's telling me this, and she just talked about how she just wanted so badly to have this love from her mom, and she never got it. And sadly, because of that, she sought out drugs, and she used pretty hardcore drugs for about 12 years. And she finally recovered from that. And it wasn't just the fact that she got clean and she was sober, and she's been sober for several years, I was in awe because she had such a positive outlook on life. And she said, it took her obviously going through that to have this different mindset, but that she came out of it with the realization that, one, she only had control over what she had control over. She didn't have control over whether her mother was going to give her the love that she wanted or expected or desired. Two, that she has the inner strength herself to get through something as difficult as that. And three, that even though she wanted that love from her mother specifically, she realized that she had so many other supportive people in her life who gave her that love. Maybe not the same exact love, but love nonetheless. And she appreciated that, and she has a relationship with her mother. Again, it may not be what she pictured growing up, but she has a positive relationship with her mother, and she just doesn't take life for granted. And it was just, I feel like I'm not even doing it justice, because it was sitting down with this woman who has just been through it all, and to hear how she was able to overcome that, having gone through such horrific trauma and then turning to drugs to cope with that and to seek after something that we're all seeking after. And that's kind of where it clicked for me. That's kind of where I was like, wait, like I can relate to this woman. It's kind of what I've been talking about in previous videos, but I wanted to talk about it more in depth because it was just like a light bulb for me when she was speaking, because drugs for her is equivalent in a way to food for me. It's an addiction. It's something that we're using and we're depending on to fill an emotional void. And I think that's what we all want. All we want is to be loved, like at the core. Yes, like we need basic things to keep us going, to survive, money, a place to live, but love is something that we're all craving. I think I just realized more and more, and through speaking with this woman, that we all want love. It is such a big component to our everyday lives, whether we're aware of it, whether we're not. It's so prevalent, and we seek for it in all different ways and in all different sources. And sometimes it's not good sources. She said to me, I did drugs because for me that was feeling loved. She had this euphoric feeling when she was using drugs. And at that moment, in that moment, that void that she felt, that emptiness, that loneliness that she felt was gone. It was filled by this euphoric feeling. I mean, she said, honestly, I felt like everything was great. Everything was perfect. Nothing can go wrong. And she said that it was anger. It was anger that she couldn't get this love that she wanted from her mom, that in her mind she thought she was going to be able to get by using drugs. And I had asked her, because I was curious, and I asked her, was there ever a moment where you thought to yourself, okay, this isn't doing it for me? Doing all these things, it's not actually doing what I wanted it to do. the purpose of it filling this void, it's actually not achieving that at all. And she said, yeah, of course. It's almost like a synthetic love. It's not a natural love, right? When I think of love, I think of a relationship that you have with another person. And it's natural, it's a feeling. And we seek for that feeling in so many other areas, in food, in drugs, in so many different areas, that at the end of it, we realize that it's not doing what we intended for it to do. And she said, it was just, and she got sick and tired of it. It was exhausting. It was causing a lot of issues for her. She was around not so good people. And it's just inspiring that she was able to overcome that, and not just overcome that again, but come out with this mindset of, you know what? My mom and my sister can have the relationship that they have, and I'm still going to be okay. I still have people who love me. And I hope that hits home for you. Because I think that that's what we're all seeking after, is this unconditional love from other people. And when we're not able to get that, we try as hard as we can to find it in all different ways. And so I was sitting there after this amazing conversation with her, and I was just thinking to myself, then how was she able to find it? How was she able to come out of that? How was she able to then have this mindset of, you know what, I can't control my mom. I cannot change her. She is who she is. And I'm going to be able to move on with my life. I'm still going to have a relationship with my mom, but it's not going to be the relationship that I may want it to be. But I still have other things to look forward to. And I realized the love that she was seeking after was within herself. And she even said that she just gained such an inner strength and an inner confidence that because of that, she was able to love herself and give herself the love that she was seeking after. And if you're a spiritual person, I am a spiritual person. And for me as well, it's not just about loving myself from within, but realizing and recognizing that I have someone in my life that loves me absolutely unconditionally, and that is my God. And that makes me feel whole. And that's what we're seeking after. We're seeking after this love. We're seeking after this feeling that just makes you feel whole. And I want to be able to convey the message today to you guys, a message that I gained from this experience with this woman this morning. Show people that you care and that you love them. Show them. It means more than you'll ever know. And you don't even realize how much that person needs that. Because you honestly don't know how short life is. And I've realized that more and more. Seeing the news. That's enough for any of us to kind of wake up and realize that we could be gone tomorrow. And making each day count. Telling the people that you care about and love that you care and love them. Showing them. Reaching out to them, seeing how they're doing. And if you're that other person on the other end who's seeking after this love, and maybe that person is not able to let themselves go there, or who probably has trauma of their own and who cannot connect in that way, if you're that other person who's experiencing that, think about those who are around you and who do show you love, and seek from within. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. I really hope that this story inspired you and motivated you as much as it did for myself. And I wanted to say a big thank you to this woman that I met this morning. You are inspiring, and I hope that you're sharing your story with other people. It was just an eye-opener for me, and it really woke me up. So thank you so much to her. Share the love, guys. Show it. Life is too short. And don't forget the love you have within yourself. So I'll see you guys next time on Kitchen Chat. Bye.